You are now listening to 333, a White Noise Theatre production.
It's like waiting in the wings of a theatre. You're there at the side waiting to come on, waiting to let go of whoever or whatever you were before. You're a little nervous, but that's normal. You're about to be the star of the show.
In, 2, 3.
Software support.
Out, 2, 3.
How can I help?
Breathe, 2, 3.
Do you mind if I take your email address first?
And out, 2, 3.
Okay, putting you through.
In, 2, 3.
Yesterday was a bad day, a really bad one.
Out, 2, 3.
And it's not my choice whether the days are bad or good, so it was just bad.
In, 2, 3.
I threw up a lot, last night and this morning, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to again.
Out, 2, 3.
Oh, just a minute till my bus stop and the bin by my bus stop where I can spill my guts.
In, 2, 3. Jenna's looking at me. Jenna keeps looking at me. I wonder what I'm doing wrong now. Everything, probably.
Out, 2, 3.
A minute is just 2 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is 10 3 seconds. So if I just count to 3 enough times, I can do it.
In,
1,
2, 3.
Think of things you know are true. Make a list. Don't focus on anything else. And please stop thinking about punching Jenna in the face.
1,
Out, 2, 3.
3.
You look up and see the curtain above. It's red and shining velvet and beautiful.
1, 2, 3.
Today is a Friday.
1, 2, 3.
There's a guy with a clipboard waiting to show you on.
1, 2, 3.
Today is rainy.
1, 2, 3.
No one knows why he's holding a clipboard.
1, 2, 3.
Today I have cheese sandwiches for lunch.
1, 2, 3.
And in 3, 2, 1,
I can do it.
the curtain drops.
And today, at approximately 9:53 p.m, I think I'm going to kill my boyfriend.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, you've reached Vita Life Insurance. You're speaking to a senior advisor. How can I help you? Oh, hello. Is that Mrs. Weston? Oh, hi. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I know. You're probably expecting something more exciting. But unfortunately, this is it. I chat to Mrs. Weston on the phone, tell her about my husband and kids, fiddle with a pretend wedding ring on my finger, even though the thought of being married to a human being makes me want to stick my hand into a blender. I like to pretend I'm the main character in a film, just waiting for the phone call that tells me assassins have killed my dad. Do you ever feel like that? Or like you're asleep and you're just waiting to wake up? I think that's why I feel like none of this matters. Like there's no consequences to the things I do. It just... none of it feels real.
1, 2, 3. Oh, thank fuck. Made it. Woo! Go, Morgan. Gold medal for you. And there it is. Kind of feels better out than in. Looks weird, though. Sludgy? Yeah, that feels right. I feel sludgy. Jesus Christ. It must have been a really great night, right? Super duper awesome fab brilliant mundo night. This is what the morning after a great night feels like. Must be. Let's think. Okay, so recap. I got home from work, vodka, bar, slept with somebody, snuck out for a chip butty, got back in bed, woke up. Somewhere in there is I was sick, but let's try to forget about that. God, I hope I wasn't sick on him. Is he still in the flat? Did I lock the door? Did we? No, surely I wouldn't have been drunk enough to... bloody hell. I don't know. It doesn't matter now, was a shit shag anyway. They're always shit, but he was like the war and peace of shags. Long, boring, and nobody ever finishes. Right, okay. Come on, Morgan, come on. Today, you're going to help save some kids' lives, except that we aren't, because nobody gives a shit about charity. I've got lube in my hair and I stink of JD. Actually, is that vomit? Yeah, it's vomit. Oh, God, I feel fucking disgusting. Today is going to be shit. Today is going to be shit. Today is going to be shit. Today I've got to make people care. But I can't. It's not my job to ring people up. It's their job to call me, and I can't do fuck all about it, and I hate that. I hate that it isn't in my control. I stink.
Software support, how can I help? Yeah. So what I can do for you is put you through to one of our more senior advisors. Is that all right? Amazing. Okay, I'll put you on hold then whilst I sort this out, and as soon as I can, I'll put you through. Is that everything for you today? Great, thank you so much. That woman sounded like she's called Brenda. She's probably not, but she sounded like she was. She just had Brenda energy. Brenda. It's actually a really nice word to say. I think I even like the name. I think. I'm not sure, there are very few names I like. I used to like the name James. I'd always imagined that's what I'd call my firstborn son if my husband wanted a child. Of course, that's ruined for me now, but sometimes I like to think there's an alternate universe where it's just me and my son James. Maybe he has my eyes, or my nose. For his sake, I hope he doesn't have my ears, but even if he did, I think I'd love him anyway. He'd be perfect, and we'd be happy, but most importantly, he'd be mine. Just me and my perfect son, James. Hiya, me again, so sorry about the wait. All of our senior advisors are currently busy and will be for at least another 40 minutes. Would you like to keep waiting? I'll call back later. That's fine, just wanted to let you know. Okay, I'll put you on hold then. I think Brenda's insane. 40 minutes on hold. Not sure I could think of anything worse. Well, that's a lie. But Brenda doesn't need to know about that. Brenda. My Brenda. Not my Brenda. Why did I even say my Brenda? She's probably not even called Brenda and we only spoke twice. Why did I even name her? It's so stupid. Why am I so stupid?
Yesterday was a bad day. It's always the bad days, but yesterday was at least a 7 on the scale of bad days. God, if I carry on the way I'm going, I won't be nursing a hangover. I'll be a walking venereal disease. Or pregnant. Or both. Now that would be bad. That'll make for an even worse bad day. It's not my fault, I swear. The world is a dark blue shitstorm, and the only way out... Oh, I don't know. I'm not some lifestyle guru. All I know is wake, work, drink, repeat. Or wake, drink, work. Ponder over the significance of life. Drink, repeat. Or if it's a really bad day, it's wake, drink, work, drink, lunch, drink, cry in the toilet, drink, home, drink. I can't stop the guilt and the shame from the bad days. And now there's too much guilt and far too much shame from all the guys and from all the thoughts and I... Right, time to get office ready. Game face now, Morgan. Game face. Okay, in the lift. Quick spritz of Primark's finest perfume. In goes the polo, straighten and pull down the 6-stain skirt, and here we are! Big smiles, Morg, big smiles, wide eyes and finger guns. Kyle is staring at me, so let's pretend I'm busy. Remind him I'm still the same old me. I can pretend to water the flowers on my desk that have been dead for 3 months. Typical old Morgan can't even look after a flower or two. Stupid girl. Maybe I'm the dead plant. Probably died because of me. Just like everything else. Oh, Christ. I've got to stop thinking like this. Come on. Right. It's 8:57. People can start calling in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I reckon I can make it 3 minutes before the panic sets in. Before I start to question my faith in humanity, and before I start to wonder why it's 9 o'clock and why the phone isn't ringing. I'm not obsessed with this job. I'm not, and I'm not obsessed with the phone ringing. I'm not. But I just want to make a difference. Well, that hasn't happened yet, I don't think. It might do today though, but somehow it's still only 8:58, so all I can do is just sit down at my desk and enjoy looking at Kyle, who's looking out of the only window on this floor. And the flowers on his desk are alive. Bastard.
Hey, baby. Hi. How are you? Yeah. I was just thinking about you. Oh my God, stop it, Mark. I'm at work. Mark, he thinks I'm stupid and treats me accordingly. He's an investment banker in Canary Wharf in an environment full of men just like him, which means that he's an alpha male, unintimidated by liberal agendas such as women's rights or the existence of gay people. And he vapes. I've never seen him do it, but I just know. Mark is so strong and intelligent that he leaves £500 in my bank account every month for me to spend on clothes like a soft, delicate woman. He hasn't cottoned on. I don't think he ever will, which works for me. I tell Mark I've done something a little bit cheeky and make up some story about going into my credit like a silly little girl. He falls for it, hook, line and sinker, of course he does. This whole thing is pretty easy once you know what people want from you. You just have to listen and respond. The higher your voice is, the more he responds. The more compliant you are, the more money he gives you. The less you give, the more he takes. It's logic, really. Once you're what they want, they'll give you what you want. Mark tells me that if I send him a picture of my thong, he'll give me an extra £200. I giggle and think about strangling him with it. Do you know how easy it is to type in woman wearing red underwear into Google and send it to someone? It's really easy. Sometimes I feel like I should just be on Dragon's Den or something. Mark thinks I love him. It's quite endearing, to be honest. He's always asking me what I'm up to and what I'm wearing and do I like it when men pull my hair and call me a bad girl, and you just have to play along, don't you? It is a job because I do the same thing with him as I do at work. Grit my teeth, force a laugh and wait for it to be over. What I like about this is that you have no idea who I am or what I look like. I could do anything, say anything I like, and you'd be none the wiser. Nothing I do here is real. Deep, right?
James was the one who encouraged me to take the job. He said it'd be good for me, that I'd enjoy it. Like most things, he was wrong, but now I'm not allowed to quit. Says we need the money. Not that I'd know anything about that, since he's the one who takes care of it all. James doesn't talk to me like I'm stupid, but his actions scream what he really thinks anyway. Either that, or he knows that given the chance, I'd take the money, run away, and never look back. I wish he was rich. Maybe then running away with his money would feel more like a reward than a last resort. And maybe then I wouldn't be sitting here taking calls from random strangers and naming them Brenda. If I don't get out of here soon, I think it's going to kill me. Although, I guess there are worse ways to die. Software support, how can I help? Okay, putting you through. Why did I say it like that? Why? I sound ridiculous. How can anyone stand to listen to my voice? How can I stand to listen to my voice? James can't. He likes to remind me regularly. He says it's shrill. What is that even supposed to mean? If I'm being honest, I'm not sure I can stand my voice either. I guess I tolerate it. I mean, it's not like I have a choice, do I? This is it. This is what I'm stuck with. Forever. God, that's a depressing thought. How can you learn to love yourself when you're not sure there's a single thing there to like? James also says I need to have more confidence. Stop apologising so much and just get on with it. He has a point. I mean, I've thought about going to talk to someone about it, you know, like a GP. Although not sure what I'd say. Hi, can you help me? I have chronic self-esteem issues. James says a lot of things. Some of them are true. Most of them aren't. That doesn't stop me from thinking about them, though. Like, all the time. Self support, how can I help? You're pathetic, do you know that? Would you like to speak to a more senior advisor?
No one will ever love you, putting you on hold, you worthless, use a stupid piece of...
Fuck, what have I done? Stop beeping, please stop beeping. Why are you beeping? And why is Jenna staring at me again? You know, I swear, if she doesn't stop, I'm going to walk over to her desk, grab her stupid, ugly plaits and just wrap them around her throat until she... Hiya. Me again. Sorry about the wait. We're currently experiencing some technical difficulties, but we're working as quickly as possible to sort them out and put you through. Thank you for your patience. Sometimes, I think that as much as I hate my job hates me significantly more, and honestly, it's exhausting. Exhibit A. I've unintentionally broken the one thing I need to actually do my job by simply just existing. I think I'm going to have to call Barry. For fuck's sake.
Management had another go at me today because my quota's gone down. I connected to an average of 20% less callers this past 6 months. Well, maybe if the rent in this city wasn't so fucking criminal, I wouldn't have to use the work phone lines for 2 jobs instead of 1. Oh yeah, I know they say they record calls for training and development purposes, but they don't. We just say that to scare angry old white women who claim we've taken too long to answer the phone. 20%? Doesn't that just make you want to rip out your eyes? My whole worth as an employee reduced to one stupid statistic. Like, 20% isn't even that much. Like, what, do you want me to cry because Barbara's not going to get her life insurance upgraded till June? Who cares? She's going to die anyway. She's already got a pacemaker. The other thing I do, it's definitely more of a worthy job than this bullshit. I'm paid to provide personalised over-the-phone services to dedicated clients all over the country. What service? Oh, anything. I make it up as I go along. I put on a mask, become whoever they want me to be, and the money comes in. Is this whole thing bad? Yeah. Is it legal? No. Do I care? It's not really relevant. Like I said, they disappear when I hang up. Yeah, sure, I guess I could have a midlife crisis and go skydiving or something, but... dunno. I guess this is easier.
Today is the 3rd of March 2020. Wow. Time really does fly when you still aren't sober. 3 years after you said you would be. 3 whole years. I can remember when it started. It's foggy, but I can remember it was a... Hello, you're through to Morgan at Children's Charity UK. How can I help you? Uh-huh. You're doing a bake sale. Oh, that is brilliant. How much are you aiming to raise? Fantastic. No, don't be silly. I know £130 doesn't sound like much to you, but really, it will make the world of difference to us. Can I take down your name? Yeah, got it, okay. And home and email address so we can send you through some awesome stickers. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. You'll hear from Kyle, one of our other representatives, really soon. And can I just say thank you again so much for choosing us, really. It means a lot. Okay, thanks. Bye. Bye now. Bye. Oh, yes! High fives all round. Yes. Well, that settles it then. Today will be a good day. If she can do it, so can everybody else. And then it would just be all great days, so much better than good. And I would be so much better than just good, and everything would be brilliant.
Barry isn't a bad guy, but I also can't deny that he emanates a certain level of fakeness. He's just too nice, almost patronising. Sometimes I wonder if it's not actually Barry that I hate, but the way he reminds me of James. Because I thought James was nice at first. And that was a lie. I don't think anyone's just nice. It's not possible. Deep down, we all have bad thoughts. We're just too afraid of how other people might see us if we say them out loud. Why are we all so ashamed to say what we're really thinking? It's so dumb. Good people can have bad thoughts. That doesn't make you a bad person, I think. I mean, I just don't see how there's anything wrong with having the thought if I'm never going to act on it. And even if I was, good people can do bad things, right? Good people can enjoy bad things, right? And if good people can do both these things, that doesn't make them bad people, right?
I think Mark would be really lonely if he didn't have me to talk to. I want all of you, forever, every day. Christ. Imagine wanting someone forever. Would he like it if I said that? But then what if it comes across as too intense? I don't want to scare him off. Vita Life Insurance, you're speaking to a senior advisor. How can I help you? No, madam, I absolutely was not just watching the notebook as a case study before you rang, because my manager really wouldn't like that, and I'm definitely a responsible employee. I reckon they'll give my job to robots in the next 10 years. If I can spend half my time here researching crap on how to confess my undying love to a man I've never met and still do a good job, they should definitely pay for an AI to do it.
Sally has taken up smoking since her daughter died in a traumatic accident. Therefore, subtract 5 years from her life insurance policy. It's maths, bitch.
See? Easy. Now I can get back to researching for Phil. He copes with his wife leaving him by giving me money in exchange for his time. I'm starting to wonder if he sussed me out or if he actually knows what I am but just can't bring himself to admit it. He's also really into phone sex, and not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm also really good at pretending to care about him. I watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, He's Just Not That Into You, 10 Things I Hate About You. I spent hours watching the girls. How they moved, how they spoke, how their eyes spilled with tears at the prospect of losing their one true love. I got really into it. I almost wish I could meet Phil just so he could see me cry. Is that sadistic? I've never loved anyone enough to cry over them, but Phil will never know that. At least I'm good enough to convince him. Imagine, though, you could be with someone for years and they could just be pretending to love you. That's fucked up. You know when you pay with your contactless card and you justify it by saying that it's not real money? I think that's what it's like for everyone that I call. They're too scared to feel something real, so they use me as a stand-in. But I always say that if you believe something is real, then it is.
Nobody's called for a while. The rush of it wears off and the headache settles back in. The flowers on my desk stay wilted and the hangover remains constant, like a sad ringing in my ears. But it isn't the phone ringing, just my head. There's no good in the world where there are no good people and no good booze. I wonder if it's too early to go across to the newsagents and get a tin of G&T, just to make the day go faster. No. On the 3rd of March, 2017, you knew you had to stop. Stop the drinking and stop the bad mornings and If I could just sit, watch the world spin around me and try to hold on to the chair as my legs go numb, I wouldn't have to think. Not about boys, not about Susie, not about anything. We lost her when I was 10. I didn't deal with it. The only way I could deal with it was to think, when I grow up, I'm going to make sure no kids ever die again, like I was some kind of superhero. I had no idea. Stupid, naive little girl. Maybe if I had been a surgeon or a doctor, I could have actually made a difference. But no, the only thing I can do is talk. So now I'm here, sitting right at this desk, facing the back of Kyle's fat head and his alive carnations, trying to picture the window he sits in front of. Waiting for someone to phone. Waiting for someone who cares. Someone who cares about kids like Susie.
I wish I could just stand on my desk and scream everything I actually feel and that people would listen, even if they didn't understand. Like how I'd love to trip Jenna over when she walks past my desk, or slap Barry, or kick this really annoying dog that I walk past every day on the way to work, or how I can't stop thinking about what it'd be like to kill someone with my bare hands. Barry, hi, I'm not really sure what's happened, but I think... Do you mind? You're a star, thank you. Barry's coming down. Great. I don't really mean that. Well, I do, but it's not entirely Barry's fault. True, I kind of can't stand him, but if I'm being honest with myself, it's mostly just because I hate socialising at work. Like, really hate it. Like, I would rather sit in complete silence doing nothing than have to talk to a colleague. Okay, so I'm just a bit confused about which button it is exactly I need to... This one? Of course it is. God, what am I like? Silly me. Thank you so much, Barry, and so sorry about wasting your time. Really appreciate it. Wonderful. I've successfully managed to piss off at least half the office with one mistake I had no idea I even made. If you replaced my colleagues with a bunch of 13-year-olds, I'm not sure I'd be able to tell the difference. The thing is, I wouldn't even care if they were just honest with me. If they could just tell me what they're really thinking, I would almost respect them. Like Barry, for instance. He's shaking his head and raising his eyebrows as he walks away, but he hasn't said anything to me. Be a man and tell me what you really think, Barry. Barry? See what I mean? Good people are full of lies. Bad people are too. But at least you know what to expect.
So I've just spent the entirety of my lunch break swiping through Tinder again. Why do straight women go on Tinder if they're just looking for friends? Like, I'm looking for people to shag. Go outside if you want to make friends. It's not even the sex that I like. Like, it's okay sometimes, but I do it for the people. I love to watch them. The way they talk, the way they breathe. And they're all so different. Different shapes, sizes, voices, personalities. At the very least, I never get bored. Sometimes after they leave, I'll pretend to be them over the phone. You know, keep things lively. How sad must you be if your last resort is to look for someone on a dating app that's just as desperate as you are to talk? Take Jane. She was looking for friends, and I was fully ready to swipe left, but then I realised that she actually had untapped potential. So I'm her therapist now. £40 an hour, which is actually a very reasonable rate considering how long she talks for. See, that's another one. Therapists, they do that thing with the and the okay, and the what do you want to do to resolve this situation? They like to put on this front to show that they're neutral and put together and calm, but it's all a scam. Their job isn't that different to mine when I think about it. They're just another human being who doesn't know shit, just like the rest of us. Yet for some reason, we find comfort in believing that they've got it all figured out. Deep down, we're all just putting on a show. Work, friends, family, innocent people on the internet that you've chosen to exploit, take your pick. We spend our entire lives pretending to be something we're not, and then we die. The only reason this freaks you out is because you do the same thing. But if you took off your mask, the one you wear all the time, what would be left?
Hiya, once again, we'd just like to apologise for the wait. We've managed to sort out the difficulties now, but before I put you through, just thought I'd check to see if there's anything else I can help you with today. Yeah, I can do that for you. Do you mind if I take your email to send it through? Amazing. Okay, just give me a moment whilst I sort that out for you. I think I'm obsessed with death. It is all I think about. Would it be like to die? Would it be like to watch someone die? What it would be like if I was the one who let someone else die? My mind is consumed by it. Am I a psychopath? No, seriously, am I? I did an online test a couple of weeks ago, but then it said I had to pay for the results, so I'm still very much in the dark about the whole thing. Although, even if it had come back saying I was one, I'm not sure I would have believed it. I just don't have the charisma. James calls me a psycho bitch a lot. It's less so about the things I do and more about the things I say. To him specifically. When he's shouting at me. Or even when he's texting me. I remember this one time I was at work and he kept asking me for nudes, and I remember it so vividly because I was sitting at this exact same desk and I was taking this call from this elderly woman who I'm pretty sure was illiterate, and I could feel my phone persistently buzzing against my leg, and Jenna would not stop staring at me, and I was this close to just taking my phone and smashing it on the floor until he tried to call me, and then I had to put this woman on hold, all while Jenna was still staring at me, by the way, and I messaged him saying, "Stop texting me or I swear to God I will kill you, you cunt," and then he called me a psycho bitch. On text. Sometimes, when my hate for him becomes too intense, I think about killing him. How I'd do it. What it would be like. I feel like it's the only thing keeping me sane. And I don't believe that's entirely on me. I mean, it's not my fault he's just so utterly killable.
Mark just broke up with me. Like, I was just Googling how to suggest to your boss that your workplace should replace you with a machine, and then he rang me. Said that he found the red underwear pictures on a lingerie website, which raises a lot of questions, actually. And how could I do this to him? He thought I loved him. I'm a narcissistic bitch who doesn't care about anyone except herself. You know, like, it's fine. I'm not bothered about Mark. Like, I'm bothered by the fact that I lost another source of income. Like, sure, I like doing this, but also I need to, because I can't afford to carry on living by myself in this shithole city while I'm scraping just above minimum wage alongside taking money from people who definitely shouldn't be allowed to have it. Hello, you're through Sylvia to Life Insurance. How can I mark you? Yes, sorry, we have this new system in place. It's called marking. It's where we track your policy changes to make it easier for you to keep track of your pension, life insurance. Shit, sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. 25%. Fuck.
I've walked in hungover more times than I can count. At first, it was fine because I was young and carefree and there was no problem to cover up. I wasn't falling off the path and I wasn't relying on anything to make myself happy. But then it started getting not bad, just weird. I'd have a bad day and before I knew it, I'd be using my fake ID to buy vodka, gin, wine, anything. It numbed that feeling that I wasn't doing good enough, and it turned off Susie's voice in my head, and I could just be an empty shell. A vessel of a human. A fucking blow-up doll. This is just my life now. And it's all my fault. No one else to blame. I'm the problem. Oh, Christ, I'm a fucking mess. The worst bit is, I don't know now if I can stop. What if I'm destined to keep doing this? Sleeping with the guys, doing the shots, failing. I'm a failure. I'm not doing good enough for her. Oh, bloody hell, why isn't the phone fucking ringing? Why? Hello, you're through to Morgan at Children's Charity UK. How can I help you? Oh, wrong number. No worries. What if what happened with Susie was my fault too? Oh, no. Not here. Oh, fuck. Can I make it to the lift before I... Oh, yep. Hi, Kyle. No, I've just got something in my eye. Oh, my mascara's down my face. Okay, thanks, Kyle. Thanks for telling me that, you fucking poor excuse for a colleague. Thank you. No, Kyle, no. I don't want a hug. I don't want a hug. I want you to answer the fucking phone that's ringing on your desk before I start to scream. I don't get why you aren't answering the phone, Kyle. Answer the fucking phone, Kyle! Shit. I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm so...
Yeah, so I just emailed you with everything you need to know on it and I'll put you through now. No problem. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, you have a lovely day too, and again, sorry about the wait. Thank you. I know James hates me too. That thought used to hurt me and I tried so hard to deny it, but now it almost doesn't touch me at all. It's just a well-known fact in my brain. I have a mole under my left ear. I'm allergic to lentils. James hates me. I hate that he hates me. I tried to love him, but I don't think he ever tried to love me. If he hates me as much as I think he does, I wonder if he thinks about killing me too. I mean, it can't seem fair that he doesn't seem to think about me when my every thought is consumed by him. How can I forget him when I'm sitting in this office all day? Everything reminds me of him. Everything. Even at work, I can't escape him. The judgment in Jenna's eyes, the patronising tone of my supervisor's voice, the anger Barry triggers in me. He's right there. And at first I thought it was just a work thing. But then I realised it doesn't matter where I am. He's always there with me. The woman at the bus stop, the elderly man who works at the library, even babies. It doesn't matter where I am or who I'm with. He always finds me.
Everyone at work is doing this mindfulness challenge. Do yoga and meditation twice a day, go around smiling at babies a lot, greeting people by saying namaste. I'm not interested in that shit. Can't sit still for a start. But I like walking. I take my car out really far away and just drive until I can see trees again. I stay out there for hours until it gets dark. And it's weird because I spend most of my life thinking about everything except myself. I don't know what I want or where I'm going because I just never think about it. But when I'm out there, in the quiet, with the wind in the trees and the sunlight reaching my eyes, I don't know anyone, anything. I literally just exist. And that's fine. Maybe I should just do it. Maybe I should just sell all my things and piss off to Tibet where no one could ever find me. Because it's not like they'd notice if I was gone. What am I doing? I'm still invisible to you. You have no idea who I am or what I look like. You don't even know my name. I could do anything, say anything I like. And you'd be none the wiser if I was lying.
I've escaped the loos on the 3rd floor. I'm not really meant to be up here, but I don't think any women work on this floor, so the ladies are pretty quiet. It's nice to have a place to think, somewhere away from the phones, from the pressure of my job. Oh God, I say that like I'm some kind of lifesaver. I'm not. But I deserve a life away from all this because I do deserve more than this. I'm more than a voice on the end of a phone that gets, overly excited when somebody calls, and I'm more than an empty pint glass that doesn't stay empty for longer than a few minutes. But I don't know if I can change. I don't know if I want to change. What I want is to be the old me. The me who smiled at strangers on the street and would bounce into work excited for the day ahead. The me that would know when enough was enough and could put her foot down. The me before the guilt and the shame stepped in place of the happiness.
So for support, how can I help? Sorry to hear that. I'll put you through to them immediately. With all due respect, sir, it's not my fault, your computer. Like I said, I can put you through to... If you keep talking to me like that, I will have to... Okay, I can see we're not going to be able to work with you. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. I think I might finally do it tonight. Haven't decided how yet. Apparently, the perfect murder is to fill a syringe with air, insert it between the toes, and it will induce a heart attack that can be written off as natural causes. I can't find a syringe anywhere, though, and I don't see the point in watching him die if I'm not the one prolonging it. When I was little, I read this short story where this woman killed her husband with a leg of lamb and fed the evidence to the police officers investigating his death. I think that's the perfect murder. There's something about it that's just so appealing to me. Plus, we have a chicken in the fridge that needs to be eaten before it goes out of date tomorrow. God, I'd love a roast right now.
Yeah, hi, is that Phil? Yeah, I'm breaking up with you. No, it's not you, it's me. Like, I mean, it's also you, but like, no, like, I just have some stuff I need to figure out and I have to do it on my own. Like, I can't be with you right now. No, like, I can't even be with myself right now, so, never mind, he's already gone. I really hope he cries over me. Great. Now I only have to break up with about 25 more people. Yeah, hi, Larry, do you know what? It absolutely is you and not me. No, do you know what? I don't need your money anyway. I'm gonna become like a yak farmer or some shit, and I won't have to put up with you ever again. No, I am not having a midlife crisis. I'm realigning my chakras. Hey, just because I didn't take part in Mindfulness Week doesn't mean I didn't read the leaflets.
I think I need to turn it around. They do it all the time on TV, those programs like Tattoo Fixers or Body Fixers, whatever it's called. So maybe I can do a brain fixers? Oh, stop it. You can't just press a fucking button and be okay again. It takes work. Waking up every day and trying to be you or to be better than you, than what you tell yourself you are. I just want to be that person again. Someone who didn't depend on anything else to make a day good. She just made it that way. If I could do that again, or just try to be in control of my destiny. Make a choice to wake up and be better. I owe it to myself to make the best out of a shitty situation and to find a middle between the old me and the new me. Just a normal person, like everyone else. Me, smiley and bubbly and loving. I can make a good day. Me.
I've done it. I've actually done it. I'm going to regret this in approximately 30 seconds, but it's fine. And no, here's the panic. I've made a huge mistake and now I'm going to end up broke and homeless and even more alone than I was before because now there's nothing to hide behind because there is nothing left of me. Hello? Hi, is that Jane? Jane, can I talk to you? Yeah, I know I'm your therapist. Yeah, sorry. It's just kind of all caught up to me, I think. What would you do if there were two versions of you? But then you realised that neither of them were real. That you were invisible. That you didn't matter. That if you took off your mask, the one you wear all the time because you're too afraid to see your own face, that maybe there wouldn't be anything underneath. That you've forgotten how to feel real. You know, just hypothetically. Hello? Hello?
This might be my last day at work. If I kill him, then I can't afford to come back tomorrow, but I also can't afford to do nothing either. I think I might just disappear. You know, become someone new, have a fresh start. I mean, there's no one who cares about me enough to miss me, and there's no one I care about enough to regret leaving behind. It'd be perfect. I can bury James tomorrow. That makes it sound like a sort of ceremony. It's not. I would just have to dig a hole in the woods, dump his body, and never look back. Never. There's nothing to look back for. The thing is, I don't think I'd regret it. I don't think I can regret it. He'd deserve it. And I can't believe that makes me a bad person. Enjoying it? Maybe. But not the actual act of doing it. The phone's ringing. What if this is my last call of the day? What if this is my last call ever? Why am I so nervous? There's nothing to be nervous about or question. Not really. They're just a person. I'm just a person. Just two people on the phone talking about software. No thoughts. No feelings. Just software. Breathe in. 2, 3.
I have 13 minutes left of my shift. This is the point where I'm supposed to go home, take off my work uniform and just be myself. But the thing is, there's nothing left. This is all I have. And I want more.
And out. 2, 3.
Because I've spent my entire life pretending to be invisible because it was easier, because it was fun, because it didn't hurt. I don't want to do that anymore.
In. 2, 3.
I'm going to go for a walk. A really, really long walk.
Out. 2, 3. Think of things you know are true. Make a list. Don't focus on anything else. Today was a Friday.
There are bad days.
Today was rainy.
And there are good days.
I like the feeling of the wind in my hair.
And today, I choose good. I choose me.
Today I had cheese sandwiches for lunch.
My name
is Charlotte. Charlie for short. In. 2, 3.
My name is...
Out. 2, 3. And today, at approximately 9:53 p.m, I'm going to kill my boyfriend.
In. 2, 3.
My name is...
Out. 2, 3.
Software support, how can I help?
Thank you for listening to 333 by White Noise Theatre, written and performed by Anne Lawrence, Megan Foley and Robin Hunter. Directed by Selwyn Hume-Teague. Produced by Madeline Barberfrey. Dramaturged by Rebecca James. Recorded, mixed and mastered by Joel Mahay. Special thanks to Sylvia Plath and the National Student Drama Festival.